Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Anna Morphides with Mindy Cars Counseling. And today's video is going to be all about untwisting the very unhelpful core belief of I am bound to be rejected and I am unwanted. I had a massive breakthrough last night after I cried myself to sleep for I don't know, the 100th, millionth, trillionth time about why I keep experiencing the same story over and over with the masculine energy in my 30 plus years. Yeah, 30 plus years of dating, I suppose, or being in relationships. And I realize that I am telling the world the same story over and over vibrationally through the core beliefs that I acquired as a child. I know I have worked through so many, but there's two more core beliefs. This is why cognitive behavioral therapy is everything. It is the solution to most of our challenges from within, because our core beliefs in the psychology world equal the story that we write as authors of our own life in the spiritual world. Like, we write our own story. We live the narrative that plays in our head predominantly, whether it's subconscious or conscious. So subconsciously, I have been writing this story that I am bound to be rejected and I am unwanted. And I know I'm smiling now, but this is not how I normally feel or felt while I was living that narrative. I'm smiling now because I'm realizing, oh my God, like, I am the author of the story and I keep writing the same context over and over, purely with my subconscious thoughts and beliefs about myself that I am bound to be rejected and I am unwanted. So when I go down memory lane, and thank you to a conversation that I had earlier on Instagram and last night, these beautiful souls connect to me at the right time and just give me exactly what I need to hear to put the pieces of my puzzle together to get to what I need to get to freedom of my own unhelpful core beliefs. So when I went down memory lane, no joke, I'd say 99.9% of the masculines that have come my way, for one reason or another, I would internalize it as I was being rejected, but for whatever reason, they could not be with me, whether they're emotionally unavailable, whether their ex-girlfriend comes back into the picture and they pick her, whether they are working so much that they're just so lost in trying to make their living that they're making their living, so they're not focusing on romantic relationships. And even though they don't mean to show up like this for me, they do show up inconsistent and focus somewhere else. What else? Whether it is someone who is, what's another thing I've heard? Well, they're pulling away. They're intimidated by my group of friends. Too much. I've heard that, like, this is too much for them. So the same story would play out with the different reason that the masculine would have that they would reject me. So I realized that, oh my, like, I'm actually not being rejected per se. They're not saying to me like, you're someone I don't want to be with, you really suck. There seems to be always an excuse of why they cannot be with me. Not an excuse, sorry. There seems to be a reason or something in their life that prevents them from being with me or have been with me or whatever you want to call it, because we're talking about like 30 plus years worth of experience in the dating world or non-dating world or whatever, mating world. I guess the point is that always I would internalize, for whatever reason they would pull away from me, that it was me. I was the reason for this story unfolding in this way. I was the one that was bound to be rejected, but essentially I'm not really being rejected per se. I'm just living out my narrative, so I'm perceiving it as I'm being rejected, but they're just naturally showing back to me what vibration I'm riding in, what story I'm writing, what my expectation is. I literally do expect them to just leave me, to think that I'm not good enough, to think that I'm not lovable, and especially the one that I am unwanted, that I'm not wanted with the way that I view the world and my beliefs and how deeply I feel, or how I love having conversations about, the stars in the universe. And I feel like I was even not made fun of, but yeah, even that is something that would be a reason for them not to connect with me, that I'm too much in the stars and the moon. And that's okay. Like, I've come to realize that, like, that's okay. I am who I am. And the reason why I was being rejected is essentially, that is the core belief that I acquired when I was a child, unfortunately, by my primary caregiver, because no matter what I did, I was always rejected, always. No matter how much I tried to prove my worth to my mother, I was rejected over and over, whether it was an essay that I wrote and I was so proud of myself and I showed her, whether it was like a new style of writing, anything I did. I was part of a play, and the way that I performed, everything I did was rejected. There's not even one time that I remember my primary caregiver saying to me, wow, that was amazing. Wow, you're so worthy. None of it. So I realized that I was playing my story over and over again. And I'm gonna have to take a pause over here because people are coming inside the house. Okay, I'm back. So now that we have discovered, or that I have discovered, what my unhelpful core beliefs are, and how essentially that belief about myself, that I was, no matter what, I was bound to be rejected, no matter how nice I was to the masculine, no matter how many jobs I had and how many meals I made for them, how many of anything I did, if subconsciously my core belief about myself is I am bound to be rejected anyways, guess what I'm going to experience? And that's what has been happening for the last 44 years of my life. Oh my dear Lord. And I can see why it's upsetting every time it happens, because when I finally have this hope of experiencing that basic need of mine to be met, to feel accepted and loved and belonging, but it's not in all areas of my life. This seems to be from the person that is responsible to meet my needs, which is my mother or my father in my case. So they were not able to later on to the person that is not supposed to meet my needs anymore, because now we're able to meet our needs as adults on our own. But the person that has the ability to provide me with my needs to be met through a romantic relationship, do I experience the same pattern? So how do I set myself free? So literally now I'm gonna get to work, and I can do gratitude. So I use gratitude to create the experience that I want. So because you can use gratitude and thank your present life for the things that you want to experience. So I'm so grateful that I am always accepted by the masculine energy. I am so grateful that I am fully shown up for by the masculine energy. I am so thankful that I am wanted by the masculine energy. I want to be with me. I fully accept me and all parts of me. I realize that I am the creator of my own reality, and from this point forward, I am so grateful that I am accepted and I am shown up for by the masculine energy. You can also do scripting, journaling. That really works well too. Pen on paper is the best way. Like Bruce Lee said, spelling is really, really, really important. Like they call spelling for a particular reason, because when you write out words, you literally cast a spell, like you're spelling your future, your reality, your present moment. So you can write out, again, the story, your new narrative. First and foremost, I accept and I support myself and I love myself. And that is always reflected back to me from the masculine energy. I am bound to be accepted in any relationship. I am bound to be accepted by the masculine. I am bound to be loved by the masculine. Write your narrative out. Write it out, and you better believe it that it's going to come. And you might feel in the beginning a bit wobbly, like it's not believable, but we do have to fake it until we make it. Because if you think about how many years you've lived with one narrative and now you have to switch it, you have to give yourself time. So at least 21 days minimum, and 60 on, even better, of repeating the same affirmation, the same gratitude, the same reality that you want to create, in order to make it be an actual synapse within your nervous system, like an actual neurological synapse that will send out that signal. I am always accepted. The masculine always shows up for me. I am lovable. I am wanted. I am wanted. Oh my gosh, this video has just felt so liberating. And if you liked anything about it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I have lots of topics that I talk about, whether they are inspired by my own personal life or people that are connecting with me now on all social media platforms that I have put myself on. And of course, if you want to make an appointment for one-on-one sessions, you can click on the link below in my description box. I do sessions online, and if you live in Vancouver, BC, then we can do them in person as well. And I have great feedback from my clients. If you want to take a look, they're all posted. Some of them are posted on my Instagram, and some of them are posted on my website account. Sorry, my website, not an account, my actual website. And yeah, as always, with my love and gratitude, thank you so much for all your support. Without you, I would not be here today. And yeah, I will see you next time.